This is Real Rap 100, where we have a real rap, and we keep it 100. Hosted by Marcus Hall.
This is your moment.
Y'all gotta understand, there's nothing like the Kingdom Choice Awards on the planet.
Hey, what's good, y'all? It's the kid, Jared Sanders, a.k.a. Mr. Hope is Dope, a.k.a. Mr. Talk to Me Nice, a.k.a. all that good stuff. Anyway, I'll be back in New York, September the 28th. Ain't you excited? What you talking about, man? Why you not hype enough for me? I'm not feeling the lack of hypeness that you need to be having. I'm touching base back in New York for the first time in 5 years. Y'all need to be excited as me. Salute to the KCAs. Salute to everybody that recommended the homie for best lyricist and for best album. I can't wait to show what I got. I'm gonna be touching the stage. I got a whole bunch of crazy stuff planned for y'all, man. But I really appreciate the KCAs for inviting the kid back out. It's never, ever, ever an inconvenience. Salute to y'all. I'll see y'all September the 28th.
No creative player, don't try to play me. I'm rocking with Hova, but not a Jay-Z. I think of the level he on, and I say I'm an underachiever like Bron and AD. Told me to...
Yeah, this your boy Rick Montero here to let you know. Saturday, September 28th. Kingdom Choice Awards, biggest night in CHH. If you've been there in the past, you already know how we putting it up. Make sure you hit the site, get your tickets on time, and get ready, cause these Christians ain't running. No.
Won't play fair when it come to deliverance. We cast allegiance to demons, stone cold and belligerent. Let them know what the business is, stand firm. It's 66 slugs in this clip, boy, that bang burn.
This is Real Rap 100, where we have a real rap, and we keep it 100. Hosted by Marcus Hall.
Hey, what's going on, good people? It's your boy Marcus Hall, and I want to welcome you to another episode of Real Rap 100, where we have real rap and we keep it 100. This episode is sponsored by Kingdom Time Entertainment, which is a multimedia production company that promotes Christian hip hop. We do videography and we just push urban kingdom culture. So yeah, we back once again, and we are on the road to KCA. Shout out to C4 Crotona. I see you, my brother, in the chat. For those who are starting to jump on, please share the link and let them know that Real Rap 100 is live, and we got a special episode for you this evening. It's gonna be a blessing. We got some generals, some legends, some kingdom generals jumping on with us tonight, and we're gonna have a conversation and we're gonna chop it up because you know the KCA is coming. We're just over 2 weeks away. Man, we can't believe that September has come around so quickly. But yay, listen, time don't wait for no man. Time is moving, even right now as I speak. And we're anticipating an historic night. We're anticipating just another dope KCA weekend. It kicks off on Friday, September the 27th with the pre-show. So you think you got bars. Listen, you need to be there at this event. We have 7 contestants who are going to display their lyrical skills, spit them kingdom bars, and the winner will be going to the KCA the following day to touch the main stage. And listen, the lineup's crazy. We got Architect from Harlem, USA. We got I Like Real coming all the way from Atlanta, Georgia. We have Forever from New Haven, Connecticut. We have Q Flow from Philly. We also have Lyricy from Brooklyn, New York, Malachi the Truth from Harlem, and we have I Def Tone weighing in from Philadelphia. Listen, it's going to be crazy. We have 7 contestants, 4 rounds, 1 stage. And not only that, we have a special guest panel that will be judging the night. Here we go. We got DJ Focus from The Fix Radio. We also have Dice Gamble from The Fix Radio Show. And none other than one of our guests tonight, the legend himself, Precise, will be on the panel. We'll be sitting in. We'll be sharing their thoughts. We'll be pushing each candidate competitor through to the next round. Hey, you don't want to miss that night. Get your tickets now at eventbrite.com. And you can also pay on the door, but you might be risking it by paying on the door. You know what I'm saying? So that's how the weekend kicks off. And then the following day, all roads leads to Broadway for the 2024 Kingdom Choice Awards. We don't have to speak on it. The lineup is crazy. We have 14 categories, 2 honorees, and some special surprises. We've been working hard. And we're anticipating a record. When I say record turnout, we're believing God for that. Big shout out to the homie, Jared All-Star, in the building. One of the craziest lyricists on the planet right now. You know what I'm saying? Doing big things, making a lot of moves. Well, I can't go no further without introducing my co-host. I call him the barologist. You know what I'm saying? The young veteran. Give it up for my brother, Richard Dorfin.
Yeah. You already know. It's it. Like what my man Jared says, man. It's Big God September, man. It's one of them things, man. It's one of them movies that's happening this month, man. It's a beautiful thing.
Word. Shout out to my boy Chris. Chris, the CHH ambassador. Shout out to Chris in the chat. Please share the link. Let them know that Real Rap 100 is live right now. So what's going on, Rich?
Man, listen, I'm anticipating. We 2 weeks down. You know, the momentum has been building. I'm super hyped to see what's gonna go down. So for the So You Think You Got Bars competition, last year we kind of got delayed due to nature, you know, things that are beyond our control. It was reaching a fever pitch, you know what I'm saying, last year, man, but it didn't go down. But last year's King of KCAs was amazing. So this year, the fact that we're gonna actually have the KCA weekend and full effect from Friday and to Saturday, man, that's definitely something that I'm excited about, man, because I don't know, I've been hearing rumblings. Everybody got their picks on who they think they're gonna win and how they gonna win. So I just love that atmosphere, that kind of feel of it, you know, because even though it's a competition, it's still at the end of the day just to let everybody know, listen, we glorifying God, you know, and this ain't no beef, ain't no drama whatsoever, you know, but we're just gonna enjoy and see how everything plays out, you know. So that's just how it is. Healthy, friendly Kingdom competition. This is ain't no different if we watching the playoffs trying to see who advance. Of course, everybody's gonna be rooting for who they think they want to root for. But at the end of the day, you love the sport. We love what we do, and most of all, we're glorifying God in the process, man. So it's a win-win. It's a win-win.
That's right. And it all jumps off live from Church City, USA. Shout out to Pastor Richie Righteous, another legend himself. It's gonna be a blessing. And yeah, we're just anticipating a dope night. Last year, the anticipation was like through the roof. So we're trying to get it right back to that space. And we just think that it's just going to be a really dope night. So listen, we have some special guests jumping on with us. And when I say special guests, I mean special. This ain't the regular, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, this ain't like the dudes we had on last week. You know what I mean?
What is that to say? Yo, bro. Yo, he trying to get us in trouble, bro.
Hey, this is real. This is Real Rap 100. You know what I'm saying? We keep it real over here. Shout out to my peoples last week. Y'all did your thing. And I mean, they were actually some of the contestants from the pre-show. We had fun. We had a laugh. You know what I'm saying? But yo, real talk. When generals are generals, you got to call them generals, bro. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Salute.
Yeah, so we ain't gonna waste much more time because I know these generals have things to do. So first up, he is a trailblazer.
Absolutely.
He is one of our leaders in Christian hip hop in the nation. Done so
Pioneer.
much. We ain't even gonna go too deep into all of that because we have a presentation for him coming up at the Kingdom Choice Awards. I really want to try to make him cry. You know what I'm saying? I want to touch his heart. I want him to get emotional if possible. You know what I mean?
We want that third tier? That third tier?
Yeah, we're gonna try. We're gonna try. But I don't think he seems too composed for that for me. Man. But listen, without no further delay, man, this man of God is a general in the kingdom, and it's been a blessing to the genre of Christian hip hop and urban ministry. Please give it up for Pastor Tommy.
Yeah.
What's going on, King?
What's good, family? Yo,
Urban D in the building.
I'm gonna be ready, bro. I'm gonna bring my tissues. I'm gonna be ready, man. You're gonna pull on my heartstrings.
Nah, that's a blessing, man.
Well, listen, Pastor, it's dope to have you on. Thank you for taking the time to jump on with us, real quick. You know, you're one of our honorees for the 2024 KCA. Long time coming, and it is a blessing, and we're looking forward to it, man. This is one thing I like about the case. I have a passion for the KCA, even more than the awards. The awards are a headache to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like the award part of it, to be honest. There's a lot of politics involved. But this part here, when we're giving,
right. I get it.
People, honorees, their roses while they can smell them, and we're saluting generals like yourself who have put in work. These are the things that warms my heart, because it's not like a thing where they had to vote for it or the nominees had to. No, you were chosen because you clearly put on the work. And if anybody questions it, by the time they finish seeing the presentation, they'll understand why. And it's also an opportunity to educate those who are just coming in and don't know the work. So in the hopes that they'll emulate what people like you do. So how are you feeling about it, Pastor Tommy?
Man, I'm super honored, super excited. And again, man, I want to say thank you to you and your team for putting on this event in excellence for so many years. Because like I said, I saw the little clip at the beginning where you had me saying like, there's nothing else like this on the planet. And I mean that. Like I get to travel a lot all over the country and beyond. And in the CHH realm, like nobody is doing what you're doing at the level of excellence and the size and just to honor artists, and there's awards and all that great stuff. But then also, myself and Precise, we're getting to be, honored for the contribution that we've had, for decades now. And so that's super dope, man, that you guys are, like you said, those that know are celebrating, those that don't know are getting educated. They might be new to the scene. But yeah, man. So thank you to you and your team, bro. Cause I know as an event planner, doing events is hard. It's no joke, especially urban events. Christian hip hop events. Y'all need to go get your ticket now. Stop procrastinating.
Stop playing. Right.
Yeah. I mean, that's a New York thing. That's why there's no promoters in New York.
Yeah, but bro, listen, we did Flavor Fest in different cities this year. Every city had us like biting our nails. Is anybody coming? Then like they all show up at the last minute. But But yeah, man, if you're watching this, you definitely want to come out. Kingdom Choice Awards, there's nothing like it out there. And if you've been before, like come back again and support, bring some people with you. You already know then how great it's going to be. And the lineup is always fire. And just, I could say this too, from a production standpoint, because we put events on, we put a church services at Crossover on every weekend. And we have we got the LED screen, lighting, a DJ. We got live instant. We have a lot of things that we put into our production every weekend, not only just Flavor Fest and events. So I have an eye for that, and just to see how smooth y'all team was just on it, and there was no like dead spots, there was no awkward things. That there was this like, man, it flowed beautifully, better Why I'll even say than a lot of secular events I've seen that don't
Right.
flow that smoothly. Like, and that's how it should be. Kingdom,
That's a
man. We should
blessing.
be like
Absolutely.
raising the bar, setting the trends, setting new standards, and where people are like, yo, because we're doing it for the Lord.
Right. Amen. Praise God. And
Yeah.
you know, that means a lot coming from someone
It's a
like
blessing.
yourself, who's
Absolutely.
been a curator and a leader in this. I mean, I went out to Flavor Fest last year for the first time, and just like your sanctuary, like really impressed me, man. I was like, this is like an amazing space. When I
Yeah.
drove down to it, it's like it had a like it stood out. That was one thing. I was like, wow, it's not like something you just pull up on. No, like
Yeah.
you see it. You know what I mean? And I was so impressed. I'm not sure if the coffee shop is it finished yet?
We almost there, man. So if y'all don't
Almost
know
there.
that are
Dope,
like
dope,
watching this,
dope.
we meet in a former retail box. Used to be a Toys R Us store. So we came in and retrofitted 43,000 square feet right in the heart of the city in the hood and turned it
Wow.
into a church 13 years ago. And so it's an amazing space. We're super blessed. It's a lot to maintain.
I can imagine.
But it is such a great tool for us to reach so many people in so many different ways. And so we are building a coffee shop in our lobby, and we're building like a second floor. So just this week, they put the flooring down on the second floor, like this really nice vinyl tile that looks super dope, like a wood grain. Our electrical final is happening this week, and our final inspection is supposed to happen in the next couple of weeks. And then after that, there's still a lot to do. We got to finish painting. We're going to put up some wall treatments, and we got to get the furniture, and we got to buy the coffee equipment. And there's a lot to do. It's not all going to be done by Flavor Fest, but the space will be usable. And we are going to have coffee at Flavor Fest, and it's going to be amazing. So it won't be 100% done, but you're going to be able to see you're going to be able to go up there on the second floor. It's an indoor, outdoor seating situation. Couple thousand square feet on the second floor, so looking over the rest of the lobby. So it's and then the parking lot outside, there's you're on that second level.
Fire.
So it's we're super excited about it. The goal is it's going to be open 7 days a week. We're going to open that up probably early 2025. Where it's open 7 days a week. It's going to create jobs, going to create economic impact in our community, and it's going to be a stream of income for our ministry. We're going to have a drive-through and everything, and it's going to activate that space in our lobby 7 days a week, where people are going to be stepping into our building that have never stepped in for a church service, but they'll step in for a cup of coffee, and they're going to feel God's presence. And we're just expecting God to do some outreach stuff like every day. So pray for us. We're almost there. We're getting there. We're getting there.
That's awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to a true vanguard for real.
For real.
Vanguard for real, man. And I just definitely want to give you like your flowers and your props, because even when I'm looking at my library, you know what I'm saying?
Yo,
right in my library, you know what I mean? This is you right here. You know what I mean?
That's the original. That's my first book from 2007.
Exactly. And
Wow.
I remember seeing this at a Christian bookstore and reading it, and I'm like, it just made sense on why, as a Christian hip hop artist, why I do what I do. You know what I'm saying? And even growing up and being groomed as a minister, a proclaimer of the gospel, seeing like, okay, now I see how both worlds collide. I don't have this is not separate. And I think you made that marriage between Christian hip hop and ministry so fluent and made it make sense. Because a lot of us didn't know what to do with what we have and trying to find where we fit and how to fit. But you just really laid out a blueprint that I believe many generation of preachers and even churches modeling, the crossover template, you know what I mean, and how to do urban ministry, man, which is why you're definitely suited, of double honor, you know what I mean, for what you've laid down in this vineyard called Christian hip hop, man.
Man. But that being said, Pastor Tommy, let me ask you this, because you've been doing this for a minute. Like, Flavor Fest has been going on for how long? Is it 20 years?
This is our 24th year. So 2025 will be our 25-year anniversary, and we're gonna have it's gonna be crazy next year. We're not doing the tour next year. We're just gonna do Tampa next year to really put all of our energy, attention, and resources towards Tampa and making it really big and bringing back a lot of people that have been with us, over the history of the last 25 years. So we've been bringing OGs back every year. The last several years, we've been very intentional with that. But next year is going to be extra special with that.
That's awesome. Let me ask you this, as because I can't see myself doing. I can't see myself hitting 24 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, has there ever been a time, and I'm sure there has been, but like where you have just gotten so discouraged or just lost your drive for it, where you've almost felt like I'm gonna throw in the towel? Have you ever faced that?
Yeah, with the church, I would say no. Except maybe like for about a week during the pandemic.
Right.
When we were like shut down.
You weren't alone, brother. You weren't alone.
Yeah, we was about to come back, and then like another wave of COVID hit, and then we're like, nah, we ain't gonna come back yet. We don't know when we're coming back. It might be, and there was like people that this might be the new normal. It might be years. I'm like, yo, I didn't sign up to be a online pastor. Like, I want to be in person with the people because I'm an extrovert. I love to be around the people. But as for Flavor Fest, there was never a time necessarily where we considered really stopping it, because there was always like momentum. There was always a need being met. Because Flavor Fest, if you don't know, with some people on here don't know, you just think it's the concert. That's always been a stigma that we've been trying to shake. No, first and foremost, it is a urban leadership conference, and that is the number one reason why we do it. So during the day, there's generally about 300 to 400 leaders there, church leaders, entrepreneurs, nonprofit leaders, people that are on staff at a church or planting a church or whatever, youth pastors, just a variety of all that. Artists are there as well. And we are pouring into church leaders, the urban church leaders, to get them equipped, to get them healthy, help them to network with one another. And so we have some general sessions where everybody's together in the auditorium. We have some great worship, powerful speakers. Like this year, we got KB and Amin. We got Ruslan speaking. My wife and I are going to do a session. We do this thing called the 7-on-7. 7 speakers speak for 7 minutes. And it's fire. So that happens during the day, along with we have some breakout workshop times, which we have set with 7 workshop tracks, one for artists, one for entrepreneurs, one for church planting, one for church innovation, one for women in ministry, one for next generation ministry, one for teenagers. So we do all that during the day. And so there's just always been a need, and so that's what keeps us going. But and then the concerts at night with the artist and the beat battle and the breakdance competition and all that. And that's the icing on the cake. And we love that too. But there has been seasons where, as you know, Marcus, where it's like, man, like this, people can take it for granted. And this costs a lot of money to put on. And sometimes, we're in the red, and we're like, man, like, so what we did a couple of years, we're like, maybe we shouldn't do this every year because people take it for granted. And maybe we need to do it every other year. And maybe that will create more momentum and more buy-in, because a lot of people, for our conference, it's a national thing and people come from all over the country. And I get it. Everybody can't afford to make the trip every year. Some people do, but most people, they pick and choose. And so we're like, we're going to do it every other year. And maybe that'll help the numbers go up and more people will like not take it for granted. Cause everyone's always like, yeah, I'm gonna come. Oh, I'm gonna come next year. There is no next year. It's not happening for 2 years. Right. Right. Like, right. And so we did that twice. We did it. We stopped. We didn't do Flavor Fest we did it in, wait a minute. We did it in 16. We didn't do it in 15. We did it in 16. We did it in 18. And so we didn't do it in 17. We didn't do it in 19. Those were the 2 years we didn't do it. And then we were going to do it again in 2020. And then the pandemic happened. So we did an online, conference for a day. And we had about 500 leaders on it. It was super dope. But technically, we didn't do it in 19 or 20 in person. So when we came back in 21 in person, it was popping. Like, we got to do this every year now. Like we can't play around. Like with the pandemic and churches dying out and leaders
Fire.
being discouraged, and like we need
Needed.
to do this every year. And then in 22 and 23, we took it up even another notch, and we said, "Yo, we're gonna take it to other cities." Everyone's always asked for this, and we're always like, "Nah, we're too busy for that." But we decided to step out on faith, and our church was thriving after the pandemic. Like Crossover is larger, stronger, more stable. Like
That's
it
a
is
blessing.
just
That's a
booming.
blessing.
We're in awe of what God's been doing the last couple of years. So that's not the case from those urban churches. You know,
Absolutely.
so we're like, man, we want to go and encourage leaders and also share some of the systems and strategies, new stuff that we put in place that's really working, helping us reach people. And so we stepped out on faith in 22 and in 23. We stepped out on faith in 23 and 24, and did the tour, and it was great. It was awesome. You were a part of it the last 2 years when we came to New York.
Yeah.
You got
Definitely.
so, but yeah, man, there's definitely those moments you get frustrated and you're like, man, people take this for granted. We don't have enough funds, and like maybe we're gonna do it every other year. So, bro, I feel you. I know I just talked a whole bunch, but I just had to vent a little.
No, that's good. That's
real.
good. I'm gonna get you out of it. I'm gonna get you out of here in a minute. But another question is, for someone like yourself who's been around for so long and who has been consistently doing it and building the movement, and who has been a visionary and a curator, do you think, going back to when you first started, like with like, you know, people like Corey Red and Precise and, you know, from that generation, do you think the mindset and the mentality of the artist has changed since then until now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Right.
has. I think a couple things have happened. First of all, we are more accessible. We have technology that we didn't have when we was coming up in the
Right.
early 2000s, mid 2000s. Red and P and Cross Movement and Truth, myself, and just, you know, a lot of artists from that era. Like we didn't have YouTube. We didn't have social media. We didn't have all these ways that there was no streaming. You know, you had to still go and physically buy a CD in the store. And then like iTunes started to kind of come in like 07, 08. But it still wasn't even fully adopted. Most people were still buying physical CDs. So we were very limited on like reaching the fans and people and getting the ministry out. So I think there's just there's more accessibility, which is good. And the movement's grown like crazy right now, you know, compared to back in those days. You've had artists that have charted and got Grammys and just all kinds of stuff, right? And did big tours, that selling out tours. Like we didn't have all that back then. We were just going to different churches, you know, and people were bringing us in for churches and conferences. But now you have people getting tour buses and selling tickets on Ticketmaster, and it's a different world. So I think that because of that, there's a lot of artists that it becomes more business sometimes than it does ministry. And for some of the younger artists that are coming up, they're seeing the guys at the top, and it just can become business, and it's about money many times, and it is. And even as someone who runs an event, and I know Marcus, you're probably struggling with this too. We've talked a little bit about it, but man, artists want to charge a lot of money to come now. And not that we don't want to bless artists, because Flavor Fest, you know, pays a lot of the artists that come something. We don't pay them their normal honorarium because we have so many people come, and it's just, you know, it's too much. We're not a suburban white conference that has a gazillion dollars. Like some of these artists now get booked for that, and they'll get 30 grand or 50 grand to go perform at the youth conference with 2,000 suburban kids. And so we're not that. But a lot of their management now, everybody's got Nashville managers and stuff. And so you have to go through the manager, and the manager doesn't know what Flavor Fest is. The manager doesn't know what Kingdom Choice Awards is. And if you don't have the direct contact with that artist, maybe you even do, but it still has to go through the management, and like, nah, well, he's 20K, he's 15K. Like, we don't have that kind of budget for this event, but this event is influential. It's full of influencers. And so a lot of the younger generation doesn't even understand that. And definitely the managers many times don't care. They're trying to get that
business. They want that 20%. Yeah.
And so it's So that
Right.
there's just a lot of change. That's not everybody.
No.
It's not everybody, but it's definitely different than what it was back in the day. It's definitely a lot. It's not like, hey, you want to get on my track? Now it's like, what's my points? How much you gonna pay? But it was just different back in the day.
Yeah, and I think that's where my discouragement kicks in a little. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I'm coming from an era. I think I caught the end or a part of that era where, hey, everybody was ministry minded, man. It was like, hey, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that they shouldn't be business minded, because it helps, but there has to be a balance. And my thing is like, you can't charge me a certain amount of money if you can't pull a certain amount of people. You know what I mean?
That part,
right?
That part, and that's the part. Like you want 15K, and I know that I'm only gonna make about 7 or 8 on ticket
if you're
sales.
lucky.
I know my market, I know my city, I know my event, and so like, where are we gonna get that other money from?
Exactly.
We gotta subsidize that somehow or some way, and we can't always do that when you have 7 artists that are asking the same thing, and you're like, you add that up, and that's like, okay, we gotta raise like 30-40 grand to pay the difference of what you're really gonna sell ticket wise. So that's
to just break even, if that.
Right.
We ain't making no money off of this.
Right.
We're losing a little bit, and our church is having to like bail it out sometimes.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
and thank God you have a church that can actually do that for you. You know what I'm saying?
The church doesn't have it. Sometimes Flavor Fest has had to bail the church out in the sense of like, hey, Flavor Fest made $3,000 profit, this year from the event. Hey, can you give the church $2,000 to pay for the light bill, this month?
Right.
And so, it's urban ministry is tight. We got to be creative. We got to be entrepreneurial. And sometimes I think the artists don't always understand that what we do, is different than some of the other events that are out there. And the older cats or cats that have been around for a while that understand, they get it. They're like, I'm in. But some of the younger guys are like, I used to go to Flavor Fest, but
Right. Yeah.
Like,
Pay
it's
me.
like, man. So anyways, we're venting. We're just venting a little bit, but
that's cool. That's cool.
This is real rap for real. This is real rap 100.
All right, Pastor Tommy. Well, listen, I ain't gonna keep you. I want to get the precise and focus in the building. But listen, we're looking so forward to seeing you in about 2 weeks' time.
I'm ready, man. Me and my wife coming up.
Yeah.
We bought our plane tickets. We're excited to come up and see y'all, man, and rock with you.
Yeah, man. So listen, you'll be blessed, and we'll definitely look forward to seeing you at KCA 2024, man. God bless.
No
All right.
Salute.
Yeah. Salute to Pastor Tommy, the true general. Listen, we're going to get it moving. That actually took a little longer than I thought. So, you know what I'm saying? But when the conversation's good, it's good. Listen, let me bring on
what it is.
A legend in a legend in the movement, man. This is a brother, is a New York giant, one of the real ones. You know what I'm saying? And
don't make him like this anymore, man.
Not at all. So without no further delay, give it up for the legendary, the realest brother. Give it up for Precise. What's going on, King?
What's going on? What's up? Salute, man.
Blessings. How you feeling, Precise?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm excited, man. I'm just good to hear Pastor Tommy. We go back a long time, so good to hear, good to see him. Good to see him getting his flowers and hear everything that's going on with him. Definitely good to see. And like I said, man, I'm just excited about God. I'm for those who don't know, I've been in ATL for a minute, so I'm excited to touch back down in my city. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's dope, man. That's really dope. Well, I mean, again, it's just an honor to be able to honor you. One good thing about having honorees at the KCA, we give people their flowers while they can still smell them. You know what I'm saying? And you're definitely
it's definitely appreciated, man. It's a long way from people saying that the devil was using us.
Right.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So that's definitely good to see and good to hear, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah. I mean, again, like we're the generation that came up behind you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like when I came in the movement, you guys was already legendary. Like Corey Red did my very first event. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I heard. Yep.
Yeah, when I reached out to him, he showed me love. He embraced me and said, "Yo," he said, "Yo, what's going on with it? What you doing?" I said, "It's outreach." He said, "Yo," I said, "How much you charging?" He said, "Listen, since it's outreach, I ain't even gonna put $1 on it, bro. Whatever you got, just give me. I'll be there." And I'll always remember him for and honor him for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So yeah, it's just dope, like that we can again give you your flowers. Now this weekend is a full one for you. It's a full weekend because not only are you one of our honorees on Saturday, but you're also gonna be a panelist on the pre-show. So you think you got bars? How you feeling about that?
Yeah, I'm blessed that you guys would want me to be like one of the panelists. It's like a tricky space with me, but because like how like Lord help me, because it's like because you never wanna like when it comes to events like that night, sometime some person that's just the man or the woman for that night. And you don't like so like and but like I like how my brother Rich was saying earlier. He was saying like, listen, it's friendly competition, and me and Red used to go at each other like that. Like, I'm coming for you, son. You better get your weight up on this track. So from that standpoint, I love it. But I just want to let all the, I just hope that all the artists know, like, hey, say if me or Focus or Dice Gamble, we felt like this verse from that one, that's not a reflection on what you do or your ministry, man. It's just that appeal to that person for that night. And remember, even though we're the panelists, we're not the end all be all to what God is doing through you. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Like one thing you got to, like, one thing I learned early on is that you have to believe in what you're doing, regardless of what Precise or anybody say. Believe who God made you to be. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like when I make a song, even to this day, I don't make a song thinking about demographic. I don't make a song thinking about any of these analytics. I make a song because one, God movie, and I just like the joint. I just like the beat, and I like what I said. So I went and recorded it. Now, who that's gonna minister to, only God will know.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's actually good because I don't think Dice and Focus are gonna take that route. You know what I'm saying? I think
right.
So we need the voice of reason and the voice of grace,
the balance
in the building.
The balance.
You know
Balance is key. It's dope.
Yeah, balance is key.
But that's dope. That's really dope, man. So, Precise, coming from where you're coming from all the years, as I said, I've heard some of the stories, like you guys getting kicked out of churches and mics getting turned off and people calling you devils and all kinds of stuff. And then
trying to make us wear blazer to get on the mic. We can't get on the mic if you don't wear this blazer.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
How far we
did you would you ever anticipated that? Because I remember, I think it was either you or Red I was talking to about, like, how iconic the Resistance is Futile is in the movement. And it's so amazing that you're being honored this year, and it's also the 20-year anniversary.
The 20th of the Resistance. A big shout out to Corey Red.
Yeah, salute to Red. And like, would you have ever dreamed, like, back then? Because I heard you guys got a lot of slack behind Resistance is Futile. And then now, 20 years later, you're being honored, and that same project is being celebrated for the milestone that it is for this year. How does that feel, bro?
It feels really great because I remember at the first church I was at when I was younger. And remember, like, when we started doing this, I didn't know anybody else that was doing what hip hop and representing Christ inside of hip hop. So I remember and as a young believer who's still growing, still learning, I had went to the pastor of the church where I was at, and I was asking, like, listen, I feel God is leading me to do this. I'm not sure. I'm going for wisdom. I'm looking for advice. And I was told, well, when things are controversial and you don't know, it's better that you leave it alone and don't do that. And had I listened to that at the time, And I was
Wow.
young, and I was, you know, I was a young guy. I would have not like, and if I had listened to that, I would have not have seen the souls added to the kingdom that me and my brother see. We've ministered in churches and prisons and colleges, out on the street. I've seen we've had, me and Red have been at events where they had baptism tanks right outside in the street, and dudes is walking up bringing their guns and getting filled with the Holy Ghost right there on the spot. So, but had I listened to that, none of that stuff would have happened. But so, like, you know, I think not only me and Red, but a lot of people that came up in that atmosphere, God kind of put tough skin on us to break the barriers, to pave the way for what you're seeing now. So I think the first time Red brought me to the KCAs, it actually, you know, like I said, contrary to popular belief, the hardest thugs I know in the world are sensitive and emotional.
Yep.
So
True
the first time I came to the KCAs, and I saw, because I had been off the scene for a while, so when I saw what was going on, it brought a tear to my eye. Because I was like, wow, Lord, like, okay, this what made the getting kicked out worth it. This made them calling us this, and them throwing shame on our name and all this stuff. This, if this is what happened and this is what transpired, then that makes it all worth it. You know, we never doubted that God was with us in what we were doing, but it just to see the tangible vision, the fruition of the vision come to pass was a real dope and dope thing for me to see. So I'll never forget seeing that. You know, that was really amazing.
Wow, that's dope. That's dope. Well, listen, we're gonna bring in one of your co-panelists into the room. You know what I'm saying? He's been waiting patiently. He's a general. This man, as I could say, one of the hottest, if not the hottest, radio show out right now.
Absolutely.
Making some great moves, doing some great things in the culture. Please give it up for DJ Focus of the Fix Radio Show.
Yeah.
There we go.
What's going on, Focus?
What's good, family?
What's going on, brother?
Y'all good?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
we good.
So
Man,
Focus.
listen.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead. You wanna bust off already? Go ahead.
No.
Let it off.
I come in peace. I didn't come to bust off. I just said I'm
Listen.
excited for the KCAs. I always get excited around this time.
Yeah.
It's like fall comes and the KCA comes at the same time. Everybody know I love fall. Like I'm hoodie season out. That's my weather.
Okay. Nice.
So, I just get excited to come, man. Kicking in Brooklyn, man.
Well, Focus, let me say this, man. First, let me say much respect, much love to yourself and Dice, because you guys have been really supporting the KCA for the last few years, man.
Always holding it
since you guys started coming, you ain't stopped. And I really appreciate that, man. We appreciate the support.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because you guys, you know, you jump on your plane, you come through, you book your hotels, and you support us, man. And that is a rarity. You know what I'm saying? And we don't take it lightly. But one thing I do notice with you guys is that you go everywhere. Like, I see y'all everywhere. You guys cover so much ground. And yo, I admire that. I admire that, man.
Certified.
Yeah, they're like everywhere, man. And they become such a part of the movement. Shout out to the legend. You know what I'm saying? My pastor, Richie Righteous, in the building. He's shouting you out.
Yo, Rich was good, Rich.
What up, Rich?
Salute, King.
Salute, bro.
Yeah, so you know, all roads. He said, "Yo, Q."
Y'all don't know. That's a crazy insider. I'm not going to deviate.
Dudes don't know. We got bagged up on tour. They thought we were transporting. We got bagged up in Miami.
Push rhymes lightweight, huh? Push rhymes.
That sounds like
for the gospel.
That sounds like a story
For
y'all gotta tell us one day.
Preaching the gospel.
That's dope. That's funny. But yeah, as I was saying, like, Focus, like, again, we salute you, bro. Like, we really do salute you and Dice, and we appreciate everything that y'all are bringing to the movement. So y'all are coming in for the pre-show. Prayerfully, there won't be a crazy storm this year. You know what I mean? Last year you guys came through and you was there for the action. City got rained out. But we're back again. So You Think You Got Bars. How you feeling about this one?
I'm feeling good about it. And it's funny because I've been checking out all the artists. I've been kind of sitting with their music. So that way I can kind of have an ear. But yeah, let's be very clear. So yeah, I am the one. I love a good competition. I think sometimes we think because we believers we can't compete. I didn't grow up in that era, so I just want to keep it a buck. I want them to come and bring everything they can bring. Because again, not only do they get better at their craft, but also, listen, come on, we want to put on. It's the KCAs. They need to put on. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the competition.
Anyone you're looking at in particular, who you think like,
he can't answer that. That's a setup question. Don't answer that.
Don't answer that. They're gonna think the judge is biased.
That's a setup question. I ain't gonna do it.
Listen,
Matt,
listen.
Let me veto. I'm gonna veto that question. I'm gonna veto that question, and I'm gonna ask another question. I'm gonna veto that question, and I'm gonna answer another question. All right. This is the question I'm gonna ask y'all. I'm gonna start off with focus and definitely go to you precise. As a judge, right? You're listening from a perspective where you want to hear something specific. You want to see something specific. I'm curious to know, you guys, let's say when you're listening in your vehicle, what are you looking for specific? What moves you? Like, what moves you to say like, oh, I'm automatically checking for this particular act, or when you're at a show, I'm looking specifically for this. Like, tell me what's your kind of like flavor and your liking that you cater to your music.
My first thing is storytelling.
Okay.
I like having an ear for somebody who can tell a story, specifically in our space, because when you be transparent and you tell, you know what I'm saying, like share your journey, your testimony, and you able to put that around some double entendres and make that thing sound real sexy. Oh yeah, you got my ear. I'll be honest, you got my ear. So that's what I look for.
Okay. What about you?
I guess, like I said, like my brother said right there, like I'm a big fan of the storytelling. I'm a big fan of transparency. And I want, like, one of the things I look for in an artist, like, do you believe in what you telling me? Like, how much you believe in what you telling me? Because if like I'm looking for boldness, I'm looking for confidence, I'm looking for that passion in what you're saying. Like of course I'm from New York, so bars is I'm definitely checking for your bars. I'm checking for your articulants, I'm checking for your vernacular, I'm checking for your wordplay, I'm checking for all that. But in addition to that, but I think what goes hand, because you could just have bars and have no like you're not telling me nothing. So I think when you can combine, I got bars, but I can feel the passion in what you're saying, and you're not like it's the same thing. It's the same principle I had in the street. Like if you was gangster, then I really want you to really be about that life in real life. Right. And if you saying all this stuff for Christ, I just want to like make me believe that this is how you're coming with it. So I guess the like I said, transparency, story. I'm a big fan of storytelling, like my brother said. And if you can mix and marry that with some dope wordplay and some ill production behind that, you got me.
As panelists, right? Sometimes you have to make hard decisions. I mean, sometimes it could be close. And that's why I specifically picked 3 of y'all, because if 2 are saying this one, then the other one's outvoted and y'all can lean that way. You know what I mean?
Right.
With this competition, first of all, the first round is survival of the fittest.
Dang.
You understand? Only 5. One and done. Only 5 are going to go through to the next round. So you got to eliminate 2 people that first round. You know what I mean? How do you deal with a situation where it's super close or it feels close and you're like, dag?
I feel like I feel like they got a battle. I mean, if it's that close, and the three of us collectively say it's close, we might have to do a little special round in there. I don't know what to say, so you might want to think about that ahead of time.
I did. I told them when we had the conference with the artists. I said, don't just prepare 4 joints. Prepare just in case there's a situation where they can't make a decision, and they're gonna say, y'all got to go again. You know what I mean? So I like that. What about you, Precise? Do you think you can make that decision where it's close?
When they're that close, like I said, like y'all saying, I defer to the collective wisdom, like the words is wisdom in the counsel of many. So I do defer to that wisdom of saying, yeah, have something extra in your clip just in case y'all got to go another round. And then sometimes, like I said, that like I was saying like a few minutes back, you can have 2 artists that's equally talented. So it's not a reflection on who's the better man. Like you just might be the better man or woman for that moment. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go with, okay, they both dope, but which one hit me here more on this round? You know what I'm saying? It's like 2 fighters. You can have Mike, like back in the days when Tyson fought Holyfield. Holyfield won, but in any given moment, you could have did that fight another time, and Tyson would have won. It's just who dug deeper that night, who reached in and pulled out from their reserve that night, and and again, and just who stuck out to us as panelists that night more, you know,
because I think as panelists, one of the challenges that you guys are going to have is a situation where it's close, right? Real close, but you have to make that decision, right? And what I wouldn't want y'all to do is be like, oh, it was close, so I need y'all to do it again. I'd rather y'all to be able to say, yeah, it was real close, but this one had a slight edge, and be able to make that decision to say, because this one had a slight edge, we're giving it to them, as opposed to saying, just because that one had a slight edge, I think we should give the other one a chance to like show improvements and say, hey, maybe you could make up that little bit of space. Can you make that decision?
Yeah, cause I think when it's that close, when it's that close, no matter how you try to get around it, I think when it's that close and they're both dope, and both songs are dope, both verses are dope, both beats are dope, then I think it just comes down to preference of the panelists then. Right. And then you're gonna get what I prefer, you know, like on that one, you know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, I got a question from Pastor Rich. It says, how are y'all judging a song against a cappella? What's the criteria there?
So wait, is that what we're doing? Some people gonna
do it. They have the choice. There's no dedicated a cappella round. They can do ac or song through the whole thing, and they have 2 minutes per round per performance.
Everybody who do a cappella better be bar heavy. Let's be very clear. Like,
all right,
that part, you ain't got
like 3 seconds to impress me, and I'm gonna tell you that ain't it. So, I mean, because you bar
focus
heavy,
is with it.
You don't have no beat behind you, so you got to come out with it off the top.
Yeah.
So that first line, like that first 8, it got to be solid. Like if it ain't solid,
basically
out of there.
Basically, it's like the dunk contest. You can't get a second try because you missed the dunk. You can't go back and be like, hold on, I meant to windmill it, but now let me throw it off the glass. Nah, you get that one shot. And being the fact that you're choosing the highest degree of difficulty because there's nothing to back you. So all we have is your words and your delivery. So you got to really put all your eggs in that basket in order to make sure that, whatever you got to say, you saying that. You know what I mean? So I feel you. That's right.
You don't need no beat. So that's my thing. You said you don't need no beat. So you don't need no beat. You got to bring it.
Yeah.
And I think just being fair, if you choose not to have a beat behind you, I'm not gonna take away from the fact that this person did have a dope beat behind them. and I like the beat that they chose. And I'm not gonna take but I'm not gonna let your dope beat save you from the fact that you needed to be spitting something too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm taking this stuff into account. You're not choosing to use a beat is not going to help you. And because if that person is rhyming over a dope beat and they killing it and they riding that beat right, that's gonna play a part in my decision. Or you got a dope beat, but the rhymes was okay. That's not going to save you from the fact that this person didn't have a beat. You know?
Right.
And if I can say this, okay, go ahead.
Pastor Rich said, DJ Focus is a tough judge.
That's what he's here for.
I'm just saying, Pastor, listen, you curate music all the time, so it is what it is. I mean, we got to make an explicit decision. It is what it is.
Yeah, Pastor Rich also asked, are the judges going to comment after every round, or are we going to hear their thoughts? Yes.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know how y'all set it up. I didn't know how the setup was going. All right.
Yeah. But that's why we're going to have our meeting in a couple of days. Yeah.
And I would say this, even as an artist, and I remember I've been in a competition like Versus, you know what I'm saying, where competition, shout out to my bro Virgin Miller, my bro, you know what I'm saying? Being in that competition setting, one thing that you have to realize, it's so chess, because you can have somebody that's spitting mad bars, and you maybe be like, I don't know, I can't go acapella with him. I gotta go ahead and neutralize that with this. Or let me set the tone with my joint to force, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta write or perform from a defensive aspect. You know what I'm saying? You got to do what you do best, but then also realize that there might be some times within the rounds that you might need to counter what just went over. You know what I mean? So this is not easy whatsoever. You know what I mean? So I just want everybody that's tuning in, you know what I'm saying? Ain't just going up there and throwing your best 4 joints, but you also have to keep that in mind. You know, so the level and the degree of difficulty is definitely not a game, but that's why it's in the you think you got bars. So you think you got bars. You know what I mean? You think you got bars, but this is why I said this is the gauntlet right here. You know what I'm saying? The gauntlet, and it's in the Mecca, New York City, Church City, USA, the Mecca of Christian hip hop, man, in New York, man. So it's gonna be a thing, man. It's definitely gonna be a thing.
I'm looking for some creativity. Like somebody maybe take a line from somebody else's and use it in their next one and play that thing. You know, like,
that's a room shaker. That's a room shaker move could like really like.
This is a battle. So I think freestyle battles, like I think we all in the circle, we all getting it. Like, yeah, I heard that line was dope. I might need to use that, but I'm gonna flip it and add something else to it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know, stuff like that. Listen, I start to stand up.
Listen, it's there, man. All eyes gonna be on y'all as well, because my prediction was this. Like I said this last week, I believe my prediction is the person with the performance of the night might not even go to the next round.
What makes you what makes you say that? Like, break that one down.
Wanna know why? I say this. A person might have a song that got everybody rocking. The best performance, like, man, I want to hear that song in my car. Oh, he or she they killed that record. And then it go, said MC, he or she comes up with an acapella. That's like, bars on top of bars on top of bars, where you be like, nah, this is so you think you got bars. That bars hit me the most, but that performance was amazing, and vice versa. The person that had the best bars of the night, the most metaphors, the double entendre, they checked all the lyrical boxes, but the total package was in this performance. And when I'm looking at those boxes, you know what? They did have the best performance, but you know what? I gotta go over there because those bars overshadowed that performance. So this is why I'm saying, like, how it can go. You know what I mean? Which is why you gotta, like, the same way if we're in a battle, I have to counter write. You gotta counter perform, and your sequence and how you put what you put is key. You know what I'm
like
saying?
perfect example to me. Like perfect example to me. Like look, of course, like yeah, I'm from NY, so of course I love bars. I love I love that. But but as much as I love bars, like back in the days, I used to feel a lot of Pac music, Tupac music, because and Pac wasn't the most bar heavy dude, but it's something about what he would say would resonate right in my chest. Brenda had a baby. They got me trapped. All this stuff would hit with all. I'm like, whoa, hold up. You could tell the thought and the consciousness put into it, and to create. I didn't hear another song like that. So like I said, sometimes the bar guy is just so ridiculous, he's gonna overshadow that guy, and sometimes this guy's concept is so ill, he gonna like I said, just whatever you do, bring the epitome of what you do that night.
Yo, that night is gonna go down. Yeah, it's going down.
Hold on.
Going down.
Hold on. Somebody just gate crashed the party just real quick. Know what I mean? Hold on a second. Somebody just gate crashed the party. Who we got? All right.
Mr. New York.
All right.
In New York fashion, in classic New York fashion. Mr. New York has hit the building.
Hold on. Let me put
he brought the box.
Hold on, let me put my Kingdom Choice awards down before I jump on here. What's going on?
What's Q?
Let's get right to it. If I don't like the judge's decision, can I bring my people and boo the judges? They're coming to New York. Let's make these judges nervous.
Hey, listen, no sweat at all. Listen, I'm gonna tell it like it is. You know what I'm saying? So
listen, Focus ready.
That's why he's on the panel.
What if an artist, DJ Focus, got like 50-something of his people from the hood there to cheer him on? And you give that comment and say, nah, it wasn't good enough. And that whole 50 people is looking at you sideways.
Okay. Yeah.
That's your answer. That's your answer.
That's why he's on the panel.
Listen,
that's why he's the judge.
I don't want no smoke, but let's be very clear. I ain't never been a track star, so it's gonna be.
I ain't running. I ain't ducking.
You know, I'm 6'4", 300 pounds. I've been in several of those. Don't get it twisted.
That's why he's on the team.
Get my back towards the wall. I can tap with a little bit of everybody. Let's be very clear.
You gonna hold it down.
Hey, but I come in peace. I don't want no violence. Listen, it's all love. It's all fun. But again, it's going to come down to, I think the OG Precise said it the best. What touched me the best? So if it touched me, I got to keep it a buck and tell you it touched me. If it don't, I'm going to tell you it didn't work for me.
Right.
That's real.
Because you know me, I never been the type to say something dope because you got a Grammy. Because they could spin your record on the radio all days. You can have all kind of Grammys. If I don't feel it, I'm like, nah, I don't feel that.
So let me ask y'all this: you being an OG Sice from doing music, being on stages across the world, and folks. You being somebody in the radio space, I'm sure y'all are gonna be looking for not just like the bars and the beats, but what you see can actually, because this is my thing, right? Can this artist not just, do a acapella or a song cool that night, but is the material they given potential enough to succeed in the worlds that y'all are part of?
Yeah.
Is that a major factor? Will you spin it on the radio?
Yeah, absolutely. If I like it, yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna spin it on the radio for sure.
No, but what I'm saying is that part of the criteria? Like when you listen
always.
to what it's bringing, if you know.
No, always. So we always talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we always have to make quality music. Let's be very clear. Like, the OGs would say, make a timeless hit. Like, so, yeah, absolutely. They should want to come and bring their very best. And, Yeah, leave it right there. As long as they did that, yeah, absolutely. But yes, we do look for sonically good sound. Hope that answers your question.
What about
absolutely? It should be pleasing.
And
it should be everything it should be. So yeah.
Yeah.
And so here's the question for you, Sice, and then I'm gonna just let y'all live, crashing y'all interview and all that.
Are you gonna get in it? I feel like you should get in it.
Who? Me to jump in it?
Yeah, I feel like you should. I feel like you should be
Then
a surprise round or something.
Then you don't even need to come, bro. Just send me the check or whatever.
That's what I'm talking about.
What are we doing here?
That's a New York answer. That's
doing here?
You
know I'm a brag. You know I'm a talk smack.
Hey, I'm here to watch. Listen, I'm coming to your city. I want to watch it.
Matter of fact, let's start some drama. Somebody tell Slave, come on here. Let's do this versus. He been calling me out for years. Let's get that man out of retirement. Slave, bring your catalog. Bring your catalog, Slave.
Yo, this joint went
Marcus
straight.
about to fall out his chair. Years ago, I'm chilling, minding my business. A Slave calling me out now. You want to retire? Yo, Slave, get on this internet and bring your catalog.
Yo, I'm sending him this clip. I'm gonna provoke him. I'm gonna tell him to pull up.
Hey, that'd be nasty.
Just added Rich Righteous and Slave the Ninth in it.
Bring your 3 songs that you released in your whole career. Slave, my brother,
Yo.
but you called me out, and then you gonna go retire? Come back in the game, bro. Back in the game.
Yo. Real Rap 100.
I can hear.
You and Corey Red, y'all are 2 of the top dogs to ever do this.
Facts.
There are 2 people that I would never ever want to stand. All jokes aside, with all the joking and we joking and talking, there are 2 people I would never, in the early days of my career, ever want the music to stop and have to do acapellas with. And that is Corey Red. When the music went off and these dudes just was spitting, if you didn't bring it and you would let them, it showed. It was night and day, the lyrical ability, the performance on stage. So in the early days, we had to really know how to perform. How much is performance gonna actually matter?
That matters to me.
But deliver the bar, but set up the bar. You know what I'm saying? You know, like when you're movement and body language. How much does
all
matter?
that matters to me, man. Like when I'm judging, all that stuff matters to me. Like because I was just saying, like, remember Focus, what I was just saying earlier, I said, like, make me believe it. like it make me believe it. Because if I don't see you believing you, or then that's gonna affect how I see the music.
And also you gotta keep in mind, whoever wins that night, you have to perform on the KCA. And what and the thing is, what got you the victory at So You Think You Got Bars, can it translate onto the main stage? Because if your acapella saved you that night,
that's real.
Might not be able to save you when you get on that stage. Because when I say to artists, I was like, listen, that's a scary place if you can't perform to be in that caliber of a stage. Because that stage will expose you.
They open the
I think it's actually easier. I think it's easier for them because there's no competitive element. You know what I'm saying? Even though they still got to show out because there's vets and there's seasoned top tier artists who will be touching the stage, but it's still not a competition though. There's no winner or loser. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and also I think like I said, with a lot of like Rich can testify to this too, because like
which Rich?
Well, actually both of them. But like one thing like I was key on, like when me and Red were going out doing is that we would still go out to underground spots. We would still make sure we was in the underground. We would still make sure because they, contrary to popular belief, the hardest the hardest things is those small intimate underground spots. And when you could get busy in there and move those type of spots, like when you jump on, like, because you can always tell the artists when they jump on the main stage with they just been doing this from club to club, from underground spot to underground spot, from lounge to lounge. So when they get on, you can see they kind of battle ready and like the big the main stage shows us what you've been doing all along. So if you ain't really got it on the main stage, it's usually indicative of you ain't really kind of been putting your bones in enough on the underground.
Right, you ain't paid the dues.
Yeah, there you go. Because you got a lot of people that's good in the studio, but when you jump on stage like that, there's certain things. Certain things that you experience cannot be cut out for. You have to be on stages. You have to be in ciphers. You have to be and if you don't have that experience, you just got your little Pro Tools session in your room and you're always on that. When you get in front of people, it's going to show.
Why you gotta say it like that, Precise? Why you gotta say it like that? Why you gotta say?
I gotta keep it real. I gotta keep it a buck with you. I've met artists where they real dope in a little studio in their house, but when you start looking at people's faces and you start forgetting your bars because this one don't look like he like you, or people ain't paying attention, or no, everybody's not clapping. So no, you gotta be unmoved by none of that and be able to get busy.
But Precise, why you gotta tell them they got their little Pro Tools session? Though? Why you gotta say it like that? Why you
That's so New York.
Why you
That's
gotta
so New York.
100.
Come on, you know what I'm talking about,
You in
Rich.
Atlanta,
Come on.
you ain't even changed, bro. You still New York.
You know what I'm saying? You
real rap, bro. Real rap.
Y'all know that. Y'all know what I'm saying is truth. You know what I mean?
That's real rap. That's what it is.
Like rapping in front of the mirror is cool. Rapping in front of the mirror is cool, but you got to get in front of some real human beings.
Nah, that's real talk. Like in the era we came up in the beginning of, like, we were the era that the people who are successful today. Let's just talk real.
I got a real story for you. I got a real one for you.
You know we got real ones, but here's where I'm going with this, Sice. A lot of the success that Christian rap have today is due to the shoulders that they stand on our shoulders, because we were the era that made the church accept Christian hip hop. We made it cool to buy it. We went to the projects. We used to go to. That's where we met, in the projects. I met you rapping in the projects.
We met in the projects.
I met you rapping in Coney Island projects. You came from Staten Island. I was coming from Queens. I was doing some reggae music back then, and I remember I brought Malira. I don't know if you remember the sister Malira back then. She was a R&B singer. We came in the building and they threw bottles from the top floor as we walked into the project.
Yeah,
that was the
bro.
First night that was the circumstance we was rapping under. You know,
for real, man. Like I said, like, man, not that I'm not gonna throw any names, because I'm not on here to throw nobody under the bus or nothing like that. Yeah. I remember being at an event in the South, right? And there's other artists with us there, right? And they was looking the part. So if based on aesthetics, yeah, looked the part. Based on the music, okay. But before the event, there was an event that night. But the pastor said, you know what? Hold up, y'all brothers is about this. Y'all about kingdom business. So if there was, but the other brothers like, where y'all taking us? But he stopped in the hood, right? He stopped in the hood, and he had a stage he set up in the hood because he wanted to do the thing out there and then promote it, and so they would come to the church later on. And the other artists didn't want to get off the bus.
Nah.
So me and Red jumped out and then started doing what we doing. And then when, you know, as the spirit of God moved because people coming outside with 40 bottles in their hand and everything. Yeah. So, but me and Red was left on the stage by ourselves at first. Right. Until it looked safe to come out. And then they came out with us.
Absolutely.
So like I said, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you got to do more than to rap to your mirror, you know, like, and because that's going to translate when you're performing too. Are you cool with just in both crowds where people is because there's certain things we could say like in a church where it's just gonna resonate. But Richie, Red, and those who run, we've been in spots where it's like hostile, and then we go forward and can what you're saying break that atmosphere? Can what you're doing snap and make people say, you know what? Nah, I kind of felt that song he just did right there, you know?
I got another story to add to not just the performance and the music and the radio quality, but what we still call the anointing on the music. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember, I'll tell you this one. You will remember this story, Sice. Remember when we were in Tennessee? And the event that they brought us to in Tennessee was in a gym. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you remember that. And we started rapping and didn't know why we was even there. We didn't really like the venue, and like it seemed like just a bunch of, you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't. We just felt like it wasn't properly put together, but we rapped, gave our all. And I don't know if you remember when we were driving, coming back from Tennessee, wherever else we were going. We got a phone call and they said, yo, you don't know this, but one of the biggest drug dealers in the neighborhood was in that gym that day. And he couldn't move the day after. He's just in his living room, Spirit of God convicting him.
Wow.
And he can't, you don't remember that story, Sice?
I'm sad that I don't. Wow.
Bro, and then do you remember when we were in Orlando while rapping? With the demon
rapping
on the ground, manifesting on the ground.
I'm never gonna forget that night.
Hands, just demons being cast
just do spitting and this stuff is happening.
We just rapping and the demons coming out of the person over there. And then we like, yo, after by the time we got to Miami, bro, it was crazy. That same Yo Q story that we talked about there. By the time we got to Miami, we was on some real apostle because we went through hell and high water on that tour, bro. Like, yo, Mark, no joke, bro. In the middle of the tour, the van break down. We in the middle of nowhere. None of us know how to fix a van. We don't got no money, no nothing. We got a van that ain't working. And all we could do is say, yo, let's just start a prayer chain.
Yep.
We literally laid hands on the van.
We laid hands on the van, bro.
And somebody said, try it again. And the van started and worked.
Yeah, I remember that, brother. I do remember that. and I just want to touch on something Rich just said. Richie just said just now. Because he said, like, what part does the anointing play in this? And I want to just touch on that because I just want to touch on that because the artists that are performing and competing, they're looking to see which judges are gonna endorse them. But we as judges are looking to see is the Spirit of God endorsing you.
Come on now.
Well, I will say this. One of the contestants did say, he said, whatever you're doing in secret is going to show on the stage. So if you're not living right in secret, she said, I'm going to have a one-up on you. That was the bar of last week.
Yeah. That's confirmation. That's confirmation. That's confirmation.
We're gonna get some anointing, bro. Trust me. We're gonna get some of that.
So now, but in the balance to that is, you could love God with all your heart, and He could love you with all your heart. You might know that Bible back and forward better than me. But you still better have some bars too, though.
A lot of
You
bars.
still better have some bars.
Listen, God is good, but you better be good on that night as well. Like, you know what I'm saying? We know God is
Marcus,
good. You better be good as well.
Some tough judges here. I don't ever want to be under any competition where Focus is the judge and where Precise is the judge. I'm so glad I got a ministry and I don't need none of y'all judging me. I'm good.
Fellas, listen. We gotta wrap this up. We are way over time, man.
Oh,
but it's
okay,
been
all
great.
right.
It's been dope, and I know we could do this for the rest of the night till 11:30. And I mean, Rich, you're trying to say something.
Listen, this is Real Rap 100 Communion Champs edition. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. This is the Communion Champs edition of Real Rap 100, man.
Yep. Well, fellas, listen, I appreciate y'all. Focus. Much love, King. Looking forward to seeing you.
My brother.
In a couple of weeks. You and Dice. You guys I had to get you on this, and I'm glad that everybody's seen why. You know what I'm saying? Because Focus is no nonsense. You know what I mean? I said this last year, if you remember. I said, listen, Focus is gonna say it how it is. That man is a big man. He ain't scared of nobody. You know what I'm saying?
With a name like Focus, you gotta be.
Focus. You know, and Precise, thank you as the honoree, one of the honorees.
No doubt, man. No doubt. God bless.
I mean, go ahead, bro.
Now, just look forward to seeing all y'all, man. And this was dope chopping it up with y'all tonight too, man.
Yeah, and Pastor Rich, thank you for crashing the party like Corey Red.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes, brother.
Mr. New York.
Word,
yeah,
word.
man.
We ain't letting you off the hook. We gonna get that verses going too.
So we gonna get that verse.
You send that joint to ninth inning. Tell that retired.
I'm posting the clip. I'm posting the clip.
Putting his head in. Yeah, you tell him Richie Rice is looking for him. And tell him I ain't doing nothing until he put a song out. And it better be good. And if Focus don't play it on his radio, he not worthy.
Yo,
listen.
Real Rap
it's been
100.
That's it. Where we have real rap and we keep it 100. God bless y'all.
God bless y'all, man.
This is Real Rap 100, where we have a real rap and we keep it 100. Hosted by Marcus Hall.
God, this is your moment.
Y'all gotta understand, there's nothing like the Kingdom Choice Awards on the planet.
Hey, what's good, y'all? It's the kid, Jared Sanders, a.k.a. Mr. Hope is Dope, a.k.a. Mr. Talk to Me Nice, a.k.a. all that good stuff. Anyway, I'll be back in New York, September the 28th. Ain't you excited? What you talking about, man? Why you not hype enough for me? I'm not feeling the lack of hypeness that you need to be having. I'm touching base back in New York for the first time in 5 years. Y'all need to be excited as me. Salute to the KCAs. Salute to everybody that recommended the homie for best lyricist and for best album. I can't wait to show what I got. I'm gonna be touching the stage. I got a whole bunch of crazy stuff planned for y'all, man. But I really appreciate the KCAs for inviting the kid back out. It's never, ever, ever an inconvenience. Salute to y'all. I see y'all September the 28th.
No creative player, don't try to play me. I'm rocking with Hova, but not a Jay-Z. I think of the level he on, and I say I'm an underachiever like Bron and AD. Told me to...
Yeah, this your boy Rick Montero here to let you know. Saturday, September 28th. Kingdom Choice Awards, biggest night in CHH. If you've been there in the past, you already know how we putting it up. Make sure you hit the site, get your tickets on time, and get ready, cause these Christians ain't running. No.
We don't play fair when it come to deliverance. We cast allegiance to demons, stone cold and belligerent. Let them know what the business is, stand firm. It's 66 slugs in this clip, boy, that bang burn.
This is Real Rap 100, where we have a real rap, and we keep it 100.